Bismillah Rahman Rahim. Hello everyone. I hope all of you are fine. In the last lecture, I have told you that we will start updating the schedule. But before that, two, three things about the baseline I want to tell you. The first thing is the global change. How to apply this global change to your schedule. Global change means for example, if you want to change the calendar of your all activities or the calendar of your project, okay, then you can apply the global change. Or if you want to change the percentage complete of your project of all activities, then you can do this with the global change. So, but one thing which you should keep in mind that before applying the global change, you must save a copy of your original schedule somewhere in your EPS or in your folder, because once the global change is applied, so it will change all of your activities. So my suggestion is that before applying any global change your schedule, save a copy of your program. So let's start with I have this very small schedule. So okay, let's see that what is its calendar. So if I go here and I choose calendar, so you see that I have a specific calendar set for this project. So now I want to change the calendar of this project to maybe 5 days, a week, or 7 days. Okay, so I can do this by applying the global change. But keep in mind, by doing this, all of your durations and all of your dates that will be disturbed. Don't do this on complete approved schedule. But when you are making any schedule, then you can apply this global change. Just I want to give you an idea. So to apply a global change, you need to go here, tools, and click global change. So click here, you will see different options like close, apply change, new, delete, whatsoever. So there are some already built-in global changes are here. Increase durations, modify activity ID, store baseline dates on activities, store budget cost for activities, store budget cost for resource assignment. So okay, we want to make a new global change. So click new, and you can mention the name of global change here. We can write here changing calendar. Subject area, it is asking that activities, activity resource assignments, project expenses. So we want to apply this global change on activities. So here first it is asking that where you want to apply this global change. So where one you must select here first. Just we want to tell the P6 that on which project we want to apply this global change. So just select here where project equals value of parameter. So we will select here the project. So this is our project where we want to just select your project where you want to apply the global change. Then click here the second parameter and just click on this window here, second window, and click add, where project equals this one, calendar is parameter, you can select equals. Okay, you have different calendar here, display project calendar. So we can also show here global calendars. Then you have 7-day engineering and procurement, 7-day work week. So you have different calendars here. So if we want to change, for example, we want to give 7 days work week. Okay, then just click yes. This project is equal this one. Then calendar should be equal to 7-day work week. Then apply change. Now it is showing here all activity IDs, and against these activity IDs showing that the old values, this already the calendar we had earlier, and this is our new calendar. So it will, once you will click this option commit changes, so obviously it will change the calendar for all activities with a single click. So just you need to press this commit changes. And would you like to save the log file? Okay, click yes. Save your file somewhere. Okay, press OK. So now you see here that the calendar has been changed for all of your activities. So similarly, you can give your conditions through this global change. You can go here, okay, global change, and then you can create new. So where you can write here where activity, where project is this, and activity percent complete. You can also change, for example, here the activity percent complete is duration percentage complete for all activities. You can also change it to physical percentage complete. So this was the about this global change. So now we will start updating our project. So last time I have told you that we have how to save a project, how to save the baseline, and how to maintain and assign the baseline also. So today we will start the updating. So I will open the schedule that last time we have, in which we have assigned this baseline. So in this schedule I have original duration, start and finish dates. Original duration, start and finish dates. So in this schedule, let us see that either the baseline assigned or not. Yes, okay. The baseline is already assigned here. I have told you in the last lecture that how to assign and maintain the baseline. So this is now our updated schedule, updated contract program whatsoever. So let's suppose that this is start date of this baseline is 25th October, and we are doing the update after 2 weeks. Okay, let's suppose 8 September. This is our first update. So the column that you need to see should be activity ID, activity name, original duration, start, finish. This is the start, finish, and then the baseline, start and finish, and remaining duration. Okay, we need remaining duration. Okay, and baseline start and baseline finish. So baseline project start, baseline project finish. So we will go to dates, and this is baseline project finish and baseline project start. Original duration, then remaining duration, baseline project start, baseline project finish, start and finish. And then we need to see the activity percentage complete. We'll go here, percentage complete, and we will select here activity percentage complete, 50% complete, and apply and press OK. Okay, so these are the columns that we need to see in our updated schedule. Okay, the first thing that how to update your schedule is, you will go here Also, I want to tell you about some things about these tabs, like journal, okay, activity type, and duration type, and percentage complete types. What is the difference between these two? So why I haven't told you these things before earlier? Because earlier you were not aware with the baseline and the detailing of the activities and resources, so you would not have got that idea. So I thought that while I will do the update, so in the meanwhile, in the same time, I can throw some light on these activity types and these percentage complete types whatsoever. So let's talk about this. What are the activity types? Okay, if I click on this first activity, that is the contract award date, receipt of LOI. So in general tab you have here activity type. So activity type we have finish milestone, level of effort, resource dependent, start milestone, task dependent, and WBS summary. So the first thing is, the first one is the, if you see here, finish milestone. Finish milestone, okay, this activity is the start milestone because it is giving us the contract award date, receipt of LOI. So we have selected here the as it start milestone. But this handing over is the finish milestone. It has only the finish date. So milestone has only one date, either the start date or the finish date. So then if we have only finish date, finish milestone, then we can select this the finish milestone. Then we have one more type, resource dependent. One we have task dependent. So the most of the time we will select these activities which have the start and finish dates, the general construction activities. For example, I will show you. If I have this construction activity, so most of the activities, almost the activities that we are going to update, so those activities, for example, this mobilization, erect scaffolding, dismantle scaffolding, so all these activities have activity type task dependent. So the task dependent activity, if you select this task dependent activities, then when you will give it the percentage complete, so the duration of the project, that will control this activity. For example, the duration of the project is 8 days. The duration of your activity is 8 days. Sorry, not the project activity. So the duration of the activity is 8 days, and you have given 50% complete after 4 days. So it means that okay, it should have been 50% complete after 4 days because its duration is 8 days. So if you select the duration percentage complete tab as duration, so the remaining duration will show the 4 days. So it means that it is driven by the duration and the percentage complete. The next type is the resource dependent. So if you select any activity and give its resource dependent, that means the resource dependent activity is driven by the type of the resource. If you will increase the resources for that activity, obviously its percentage complete or remaining duration will increase or decrease based on these resources. Okay, but usually this type we don't use most of the times. Then next is the level of effort. So level of effort means that, for example, if I create here activity walls, okay, I will create here an activity with the name of dry wall partition. And I will select here its type level of effort. Okay, level of effort. Now I will connect this activity, the predecessor, with the first activity of the walls layout for the dry wall partition, and I will select here start to start, and I will give its successor is the installation of this last activity, installation of black rock wool whatsoever, and I will click here finish to finish. And if I schedule this, so you see here that this level of effort activity, actually it is giving you, so if we go here, so it is not shown in the layout, so we'll go to the bars and we will create activity with the level of effort, this one. With level of effort, okay, we will select with some activity, we will give this one, and we will give some separate coloring, okay, for example this one. So once you have given this coloring and you have select this bar style for this level of effort activity, so if you apply here, and what will it happen that if you have shifted down here below these three bars, so it will, what will happen that it will replace the coloring of all these bars. So in the Gantt chart you will see all of those activities with this coloring, but we want only the level of effort activities to be shown like this. So we will shift it up and we will keep above these bars and we will apply, and okay. So now we will see here, if you see here, our level of effort activity is being shown here, drywall partition with the duration of 31 days. So basically this level of effort activity, what happens that if you have one level of effort activity in your schedule, so basically it will give you the summary between, for example, you have total 5 activities with the name of the wall, drywall. For example, the first layout for the drywall partition, then the start and framework, then applying the gypsum board wall first side, then applying gypsum board wall second side, and then primer putty, blah blah. So all these 4-5 activities, they are part of the one activity, that is the drywall partition. So if you want to see at the top the start date and finish date and total duration for the drywall partition as an activity, so you can create a level of effort activity and connect it with the start to start date with the first activity and the finish to finish date with the last activity. So if basically it will give you the summary of, or the, if you see here, it is starting on 5th December and our first activity is starting on 5th December and it's finishing on 9 January, so our last activity is finishing on 9 January. So basically it is showing the summary for these all activities. Then we have another type. Okay, I have told you about finish milestone, level of effort, resource dependent, task dependent, start milestone. The last one is the WBS summary. So the last type is the WBS summary. So the WBS summary is somewhat close to level of effort activity in the way that, okay, if we change this drywall partition activity to WBS summary, so you see here that it is starting on the first day, 5th December, finishing on 9 January. So if we, what happens sometimes that if we have 5 or 7 activities and we want to see their collective percentage complete type, okay, so that we can do by showing the WBS summary, because in the WBS level here, if you see here that it will give you this remaining duration, original duration and start or finish date, but it will not give you the percentage complete type. So if we choose, if you want to see the percentage complete, collective percentage complete type for all these activities, then we can do by this WBS summary activity. We can connect, we can create an activity, dummy activity or whatsoever, and then we can assign its to the first activity with the start to start date and the last activity with the finish to finish date. So this was all about the activity types. Then the other thing is duration type. So in the duration type drop down list, we have fixed duration and units, fixed duration and units per time, fixed units per time. So fixed duration and units. For example, we have here first activity layout for the drywall partition or any general activity. So its duration type fixed duration and units. So fixed duration and units means that you have one duration, so that your duration is not changing based on your units. For example, you have a quantity of this drywall partition is the quantity of this drywall partition is 500. Okay, so if you increase this quantity to 600 or 700, the duration that you have already given here, for example, you have given here 4 days, so that will not change. Then the next thing is fixed units. So fixed unit, in the fixed unit means that you okay, the next thing is the fixed units. So fixed units means that you have total 500. Okay, if we choose this activity drywall partition or bottom tracks and stud installation, so you will have quantity for this item. For example, for this activity is 600 meter square or 700 meter square. So you have the fixed units for this activity. So what will happen that when you will change the units for this activity, the duration, as because the Primavera, what we will do that, okay, if you have 8 days original duration and you have 800 meter square and you have given that the per it will, if you have given 8 days, so per day its distribution per day will come like 100 meter square per day. But if you have the fixed units, for example, when you will change the units, what will happen that the duration based on that units will automatically change. If you will change to 1000 or so, definitely the duration here will become 10 instead of 8. So the next thing is fixed duration and fixed units per time. So I will come up to here the later on fixed duration and units per time. Fixed units per time. So fixed units per time means that you in the units when you go to the resources, for example here resource assignment, and okay, you go to the resources, so you have different source. For example, you have drywall partition here. So in the drywall partition here units and prices, so you have here maximum units per time. So if your units duration units thing is, you have selected a fixed fixed units per time. So fixed units per time means, okay, your maximum units per time. For example, we will take the same activity, this activity you have here 8 days and its quantity is 800 meters. So in the fixed, this last option, in the fixed units per time, you maybe you have selected 150 units per time, 150 units per time, so that is fixed. So every day you are going to do the 150 units meter square every day. So if your quantity is 600 meter cube, so the P6 will calculate its duration based on your quantity. So 600 divided by 150, so whatever the duration it will come, so P6 will input that duration. So it means that the duration is related to fixed units per time. Then this last option is fixed duration and units per time. So in this fixed units per time, so when you will change this quantity, okay, when you will change the quantity for the activity, so it's daily resource, the daily quantity that is it is doing, for example 150, it will not change because you have fixed it. 150 you are doing per day. So 150 you are doing per day, it means that if your quantity is increased from 800 to 1000, so the duration will be increased. But this in the fixed units, what will happen that in the fixed units, when you will change the duration, or you have 600 units or 700 units, when you will change the duration, so the daily it was, for example, you have 600 meter square wall and you are doing in 6 days. So it means that every day it is supposed to do 100 meter square. But when you will change its duration to 12 days, then it will change its daily allowance to 50, from 100 to 50, because now you have changed the duration. But the total units, it is fixed. So the last thing is fixed duration and units per time. So it means that your duration is fixed. For example, you have 800 and units per time is also fixed. Okay. So if you have, for example, 8 days and fixed units per time, you have selected 150. So total then units, the P6 will calculate by multiplying 150 by 8. So in this case, your duration is also fixed and units is also fixed. Units per time is fixed. Okay. So basically, in the first thing, fixed duration and units, your duration is already fixed and your total number of units is already fixed. So when you will select that option, the P6, the duration units per day, the P6 will calculate based on your duration and units. For example, you have 8 days and 800 meter square of wall, dry wall partition. So in this case, your total units 800 meter square is fixed, your total duration 8 days is fixed. So P6 will divide it to per time 800 divided by 8, so 100 per day meter square. In the second option, fixed duration units per time, in the second option, now you have the duration 8 days and you have 100 units per day, that is fixed, but your total duration units is not fixed. So how P6 will calculate the total units? Multiplying by units per day to total duration. So 8 multiplied by 100, 800. Then the third option is fixed units. In this case, you have only total units 800. So P6, so whatever the duration you will give, so P6 will calculate this. So by changing the units, so definitely the duration and unit per time it will change. Then the last option is fixed units per time. So in this case, per daily units, for example, you are doing 200 meters square. So in this case, what will happen that maybe you don't know the total number of units, so you are doing 200 meters square every day. So maybe if you finish in 4 days, so your total units will be 800. So okay, the next thing is percentage complete type. So you have 3 percentage complete types: duration, physical and units. So these things I will tell you here that why we choose duration percentage complete and why we choose physical percentage complete by doing the update. So I have told you that when you have assigned and maintained the baseline, now it's time to update your project. So for example, first we will start here from the milestones. The first thing is you need to get the information. Okay, you need to get the information for the update. Okay, you need to see which of the activities have started. Okay, you need to go to the respected site engineers and get the information from them. Okay, which of the activities has been started. So you just note their date, start date, and how much percentage it is completed. That you can do by your because you have already calculated the resources sheet, the Excel sheet that I have told you. You have already that. In that sheet you have the quantities, you have the resources. So if you have the quantities, for example, you have concrete activity and the total quantity is 800 cubic meter and you have poured 400 cubic meters, so it means that it is 50% complete. The milestones, okay, the first activity is the milestone. Contract award date. Okay, let's suppose that the contract award date is 25th October and it was awarded on the same date. Okay, then you need to go here, status, and here you will see date, start date and the finish date. So just click this start date. So now this actual start is showing to the 5th of October. Okay, then finish milestone, handing over, it's not been done yet. Then you will go to engineering, receipt of IFC drawings. So you have here like the receipt of IFC drawings for MEP works, receipt of IFC drawings for architectural works, receipt of IFC drawings for firefighting and fire alarms. So for example, it was bound to be delivered on 3rd November. All these IFC drawings are informations from the client. It was bound to be received on 3rd November. But maybe, okay, you have, depending upon your type of the project, so maybe you received this maybe on not 3rd November, on the 10th November. Then you can change the date by clicking here. So maybe you got on 12th November. Okay, then maybe architectural drawings you got not 10th November because our data date is 8th November. So we'll select here 6th November. Okay, so maybe this one, maybe we got on right on the time, but we haven't got it till now. Then shop drawing submission and approvals, structure shop drawings, then submission of shop drawing. The first one is submission of shop drawing, receive of approval for the shop drawing. So the submission of approval, for example, structure shop drawing, study or structural works. So for example, it has 8 drawings and you have submitted 4 drawings. So it means that it is 50% complete. So then you will select here started. So maybe you have submitted this on, okay, but still it is not been started. Okay, so when we'll go to MEP shop drawings, it is business start is 19 November. So then this 20th November. Okay, fine. So whatever the drawings have been started, you have started the submission of any drawing. For example, electrical works, if we have started, so you will click here, then you will give its actual date. For example, its baseline date is 19 November, but maybe you have submitted on 1st November earlier, and its percentage complete, maybe you have 10 drawings and you have submitted 5 drawings. So basically its duration percentage complete will be 50%. Then you can write here 50%. Now I will tell you the difference between the physical percentage complete and the duration percentage complete. So we'll go to general. So for this activity, you have chosen the percentage complete duration. So if you will choose the percentage complete for the activity duration, then you will give it start date and you will give its percentage complete. So its remaining duration, it will automatically calculate its remaining duration. For example, you have started this drawing on 1st November and given here the 50% complete. So we will update it. Okay, for example, our update is on 8th November. So we will select here the data date 8th November and we will schedule it. So now you see that we'll go to bars and level of effort. Okay, we don't need to see this. Okay, so we have selected it. The drawing was bound to be submitted on 19 November, the baseline start date, but we have submitted on 1st of November, and we are saying that our data date is 8 November. So it means up to 8 November we have submitted 50% of the drawings. So it is showing the remaining duration 11 days. So when we will choose the percentage complete type duration for any activity, So based on the, when we will choose the duration percentage complete type as duration for any activity, so it will show you the, the P6 will calculate the remaining duration automatically. Okay, but now, okay, I will change it to physical. So if I will change it to, okay, if we suppose that this activity is not started, okay, I will write here 0 and I will say that no, this activity is not started. Okay, so summation of shop drawing, I will go here to general and I will change it to physical. So when I change it to physical and I give it start date as of 1st November, okay, and I give here %, okay, and now you see that its remaining duration is showing 21%. Still it's showing 21. So it means when you choose the physical percentage complete, so the remaining duration you have to tell by yourself. So you will calculate from yourself that, okay, I need 5 more days or 6 more days or 8 more days to submit those drawings, and now it is completed 50%. So in the physical percentage complete, when you will input the percentage, the remaining duration will not change. So it means that both the percentage complete and the remaining duration you have to input by yourself. So if I schedule here, so still it is showing the remaining duration 21 days when I chose physical percentage complete. So here in this case, for example, okay, I will input 11 days when I will schedule it. So you saw that when I change the remaining duration, so its percentage complete type still remain the same. But now if I make it as duration percentage complete, so if I will change it to duration percentage complete and I select it that it has been started, now you should see that if I change remaining duration here, the percentage complete will change. So if I input the remaining duration 14, so now the percentage complete is changing 33%. And similarly, if I change the percentage complete, so remaining duration will automatically change. You see here 11 days. So this is the difference between the duration percentage complete and the physical percentage complete. In the duration percentage complete, when you change the remaining duration, so P6 will automatically calculate the percentage complete, and when you will input the percentage complete, the P6 automatically will give you the remaining duration. But in the case of the physical percentage complete, your remaining duration will not change, and you have to put you by yourself the remaining duration and the both the percentage completes. So now when we select the physical percentage complete in the updation and when we choose this duration percentage complete in the updation. So these are the two major important things.